So in this video, I have a garage door that has been broken down the middle when the spring failed, and this was opened with no support. So it basically just pulled this in like this and then badly tore it right here. So what I'm gonna do is change out this top panel with this other top panel on the other side, so that I know this is a good panel right here. I'm gonna reinforce this damaged one over here, so it doesn't need to be super strong because it's not attached to an opener, but I'm gonna reinforce it. And then on this new side, I'm gonna put a very stiff strut right here on it to make sure this can't happen again. And I'm gonna adjust the force on the garage door opener so it'll stop instead of continuing to pull. In this video, I'm using some hand tools, specifically 7/16 and 9/16 size wrenches for a normal garage door. Things like some pliers, channel locks, and screwdrivers. Maybe a hammer, maybe some drill bits, and a socket in the same sizes, 7/16 and 9/16, maybe 1/2 inch as well. And I like using a little power ratchet because it saves a lot of time. A normal drill and an impact driver, and some 1/2 inch garage door tensioner rods. These are just threaded rods, but they work. The first step I'm going to do is remove the good door here, this good panel. So all there are a few screws on these rollers here, here, in the middle, and then right here. Also, there is tension on this door. I have it closed right now, and really there's not enough tension on this spring. It needs to be readjusted, but if yours has tension on it, you need to lock it in place like this, because the spring's pulling this up, and in order to remove this panel, you need to have no tension on it. So make sure and tighten that down, or put a screwdriver here so it can't open. All right, I have all the screws removed, so now I'm going to just pull this panel off and set it aside. The good panel removed, I'm going to remove the damaged panel. So I'm going to pull this so it disengages from the opener, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lock it in place here so this door can't open up on its own. And I'm going to remove the same screws and then remove this panel the same way as I removed this panel. With the damaged panel removed, I'm going to remove the door attachment right here, or the opener attachment. So I'm just going to remove these screws, or whatever you have. There's screws right here as well that I'm going to remove. So now I have the opener attachment removed. Here's the damaged door, here's the good door. So now I'm going to put the good door back up. I'm not going to attach the bracket just yet in case I need to change position. But putting it back on is the exact same as removing it. Just attach it back to the rollers with the same bolts and put it in the same holes. All right, I didn't show any close-ups of doing this because I just wanted to get it done, but I ended up drilling a hole right here and putting a bolt going through the thick metal and into the thin gauge of the door. So there's a bolt right there. And then right here, I did the same thing, put 2 of them right there. And I was able to keep the same location of this bracket. I tucked it underneath here and then put this screw here. And the top is secured by this, and then same thing on this side. And I tightened the tension on the spring so that there was no slack at the cables when the door was fully open, and I tested it a bunch of times and it's opening and closing just fine. So this side is good. Now I'm going to move on to the damaged door. So what I'm gonna do is just straighten this out as best I can with some pliers, this bent part, and really it's not that bad. And I'll have to put a bolt here because this is really the only thing holding it right now since this pulled away. So I'll put a bolt right here to hold this. And actually, what I'll probably do is put a bolt going through this, and finally the door holding it on the back, just so it's secured and all tied together. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, I got the angle attached, and I'm just using some self-tapping screws like this. Since this one isn't taking any load, I'm not worried about it. If it was taking load, you could use little machine screws. That's what I used here to really hold this together so this doesn't flop around. But for the most part, it's just secured with these little self-tapping screws just to basically hold this on. Because all this does is stiffen up the door since it was damaged. So next, I'm gonna reattach it into its spot up there using the brackets and the screws. All right, I put the panel back in and I increased the tension on the spring a little bit since it was low. But as you can see, looking right here, none of that bow is there. So the angle iron was enough to straighten it out and support it. So I could press up on it, and it is very stiff. So it's definitely not going to be bowing, because this is a really light door. The whole door only weighs about 80 pounds. So it's fine to use this super thin perforated angle for this. So everything looks good and tensioned. All right, I have both doors done now. I adjusted the force and the open and close distance for this so that at the very bottom it's not compressing it too much. You should never see this be bowing like. If it's curved up or down, then it means there's too much close force. So I adjusted that, and then the open force, I adjusted it so that when it's fully open, there's no loose slack in these cables, and which would cause it to potentially come off the pulleys there. Here's the one that was repaired, and I adjusted the tension on it as well, so it's a lot easier to open, and it doesn't slam shut like it did before. So that is about it, and I put this strut on this one. Even though nothing was wrong with this door, you're supposed to have a strut here at the top if you use an opener, because these are not meant to be structural. So these eventually fail. They always break in the middle unless you have something like this. They make dedicated garage door struts, but it's basically this. As long as it's strong enough to not bow at all, then it's fine. If it's a super light door, then you could probably get away with this even if it is with an opener, but you risk this eventually breaking and then something similar to this happening. But also a good way to reduce the risk of this getting damaged if say you keep this closed accidentally, forget about it and open the door, it'll really bend this obviously as this tries to open. But if you reduce the lift force, then it'll immediately stop once it gets to a certain point, and it won't rip it off the door like what almost happened to this one apparently in the past. So that is it. Thanks for watching.